All right, I think this is my husband. Whatchamacallit? Uh, Camera holder thingy. Like you like my vocabulary. So I just kind of winged these printables, and I didn't change the ink in my printer. So yeah, they're supposed to be like darker here, and yeah. So now they look like vintage, which is not a bad thing, I guess. My main focus is I want to share with you. So the energy of today is really, really powerful and important because it's almost like the day that you want to use to set major intentions. Because the veil has been thin since October, and then of course you had the very thin layer veil in Samhain, and then of course the Day of the Dead, which is pretty much the same thing, just So the point to all of this is that today is the day that the doors unlock for you. So my Patreons get a printable, and so I added keys just to give that extra energy. I didn't write anything crazy, the whole thing is make a wish. So what I did is just to give you kind of like a regular paper, lined paper for you to set these wishes. Now, when you set wishes, you want to use like power words. You don't want to write, I want a home. You want to write, I declare, or I am grateful and I declare that in 2022 I will be living. And then you want to write the home how you want it, a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom with a pool. So you want to give details, that way source knows what you're intending and what you desire. But you don't want to get too descriptive, as in how do I say, I mean, some people, I've had people who've asked for a blue house, like they've been really descriptive and they have manifested that. But I like to give spirit kind of leeway to align me with my intention, but to amplify it for something greater than I even would have thought. You know what I'm saying? So you could add, like, if you want to live on the beach, or in a homestead, or in a city, like wherever it is that you want to live. Another thing you could do is, I am grateful, and on this day of the energy of 2121, I declare that, and you can write a date, by X date of 2022, I will have a promotion in my job, or I will be making 6-figure income, or whatever it is that you're intending, right? Do you understand what? Let me see if I'll write something and show you. So you could say I got a little technical. So I wrote, because this is something I'm grateful for, and something that I've been sharing with you, the changes that I have been encountering in my life. And one of the things that I am growing on is Patreon, because my purpose is always to help others to achieve their purpose, right? To live in their bliss and their harmony, to manifest their intentions and desires. And of course to be fearless, because a lot of the things that hold us back is fear of new things, fear of not being liked, or just a lot of fear energy. Always when I talk to you guys, any one of you guys, the main thing that holds you back is fear. So I felt this connection in Patreon when I first started with my first 2 Patreons. I absolutely loved, every month I would make a box for him, and for her I would send her snail mail, because she loved to get my snail mail. And it was just like really nice connecting in this one-on-one level, being able to create this moon box that I knew that he would be able to manifest, and witness his life unraveling spiritually. And then us connecting, like, he messages me all the time. It's like I feel like I'm his spiritual BFF. It's like really, really cool. He doesn't overwhelm me in any way. It's more like a mutual respect and connection. And he has this beautiful soul. And I was like, wow, I want to work with others just like that. So then the next Patreon came, and she wasn't even a Patreon. She was my uncle, who was in an extremely dark place. Extremely, I think it was. I'm not gonna say the hardest on-call that I worked with, because I had a really really hard on-call. They can't even talk about, because she's a celeb, so I can't even share anything about her, because I can't even give away, her status. You know who she is. Anywho, this on-call became my Patreon, and watching and witnessing how, when we first started, and I shared this in another video, how she expressed to me, oh my God, it's been a year since I started working with you, and she's witnessing her life shift. And in the beginning, she was very, like, she needed me, and that's why I was her on call. And, we had these moments, and she had these moments, and, and broke her down to her core, and then watch her rebuild and grow. And I know we all have our dark days, but like, I could feel when we talk, like, her energy is much better. So even if she goes through a slump, now she knows how to use magic. And she tells me that all the time. Daisy, thank you for teaching me magic. Because I feel like a lot of us don't know that we could all co-create through magic. So then she became a Patreon. And, I started it was just like, I think Venus, Fridays, and then it became the moon box. And now she's got like the whole package. And, just being able to do that. And then, of course, we got Goddess Luna, and she's also a radiance. She's really spiritual, and just like, listening to your energy, and then talking about the gratitude that we have for each other. And, Patreon is something that's very like, it's beautiful, because I feel like it's going to get to the point that once I get a certain amount of Patreons, I'm going to close it off, and it'll just be, that'll be it. This is who I'm working with. And I won't let go of my YouTube, because I love, bringing and teaching, because I still love that, every once in a while I get a message to be like, that video that you did, I tried it and it worked. So I love all that. So, YouTube, but, my Etsy will be more tools, spiritual tools. And then, yeah, we'll do certain rituals, but it will be more for Patreons. Like this week, we did unblocking with this gorgeous energy of the blood moon that I think everybody was freaked out about. And then we did the Venus Friday. And then, of course, I had, my spiritual work that I had to do for, my Etsy clients and whatnot. And then today we did this Make-A-Wish Ascension energy. And I think it's funny because no one's talked about this energy. Everybody was all blood moon, solar eclipse, oh my God. And nobody talked about this radiant energy that is happening right now. So I wrote it out just to give you an idea. Don't second guess yourself, I get a lot of you guys are like, but I don't know how to do it, or how did you write it, or I don't know how to do it either. I'm really close to spirit. Like, the way they talk to me is just surreal. So I attune that energy. So I wrote, I'm grateful and declare that by March 2022, I will have over 50 Patreons to support my work, that I am a blessing in their lives, so we manifest all of our desires, grow spiritually, and live in bliss. Because I don't want you to have disharmony. I think it's funny because a lot of people come to me, and some of them are skeptic because there's so much scams, and especially now, because I think like the TikTok or witch talk kind of blew up this whole, spiritual mumble jumble type thing. But those of us like me that have been doing this for over 30 years or more, I think I've been doing this for like 40 years, because I started like when I was a child. We see all of these, and we're like, what are we going to do? We can't do anything. This is, what kind of happened with social media. And then people come to me and they're skeptical because they think, it's somebody else trying to scam them. Even though I'll have a million reviews that say a lot of great things, they're still skeptical. And I understand. So when they manifest, it's like they don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes even, I shared with you this on Instagram. I had a fella, pretty fussy. It was a guy, even though the name's a girl. I have no idea. So I did the contact ritual for him. And sometimes contact rituals don't happen quickly. I've had contact rituals manifest in months. I've had contact rituals that don't manifest at all, because what we don't understand is spells influence, right? Just because I write that I want 50 Patreons by March 2022 doesn't necessarily mean I'll get 50. I might get 100. I might only have 20. You understand? The whole point is I'm declaring this intention, and Spirit knows what I can and cannot handle. Spirit is, because I give them that energy, that leeway to help me manifest, but also in a way that I don't become overwhelmed. Now, the great thing about Patreons, I'm not going to become overwhelmed, because I'll do only a certain number of rituals. I'll do, the principles are for everyone. It's like that stuff that I just put on there. The Venus is for my Venus people, even though now there's a cap on Venus and prosperity, and I think even the moon box, I'm not sure. Because for that reason, I don't want to get it to the point that I'm just like, I can't handle it. I want to be able to give in an effortlessly manner. So he was like, or she, I have no idea, wanted everything, how do you do this and how do you do that? And it was like, and I get the same questions all the time. Starseed the other day is like, I can't download it. I tried, da da da. So I sent her, I was like, just send me your email, and I'm just gonna, send me the email. I'm gonna send you the download. So I did that, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to make a how to download the files on Etsy. And I didn't want her to feel bad, because if I would have done it for her, I would have sent her the link. Like, if I was being a bitch, I would have sent her the link and be like, here, figure it out. It wasn't that. It's just that I sell hundreds of printables on Etsy, because they're inexpensive. They're like $1. I think my most expensive printable is $3. So they sell a lot, and I get it. I'm not technology savvy, and a lot of people because Etsy doesn't even tell you, how to download it. So you kind of have to play with it, to figure out how to download stuff. So that's why I made that video, and I even repeated it twice, so you could grasp it, because I'm not the best at teaching certain things, especially when it comes to technology. And I want to help you and also not overwhelm myself. So the same thing with this contact. In my description, I have the entire description explains the spell, the video meditation for you to use, which is amazing, which I gotta make more, because people that have used that meditation, even without getting the contact spell, even without nothing, just use the meditation, they message me like, oh my God, they contacted me. It's amazing. And then they'll go buy the printable, and they'll leave a review about the printable. The point is that when you do these declarations, do them, allow them. This person that did the contact spell was freaking out about everything, messaging me a million messages. And then the next day they're like, did you do it? I didn't see a picture. So much fear, so much incredulous. I think that's what you call it, when you don't believe. You want to know what the worst part? I got upset. I'm not gonna lie. I was livid, because I wake up, I do my meditations, I drink my coffee, and then when I sit down, I'll check all the messages, my emails. I try to get it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna tell you, it's a lot of work. So I get this message from this person, and they're like, hello, which is so rude. Or hello, good morning. I don't remember. I never had a picture. I was like, what are they talking about? And then here I'm thinking, oh my God, I did a spell for somebody. I forgot, because I forget. Leanna always tells me, Daisy, I don't know how you do it. I don't know, and I have I post stuff everywhere. And I'm just I was like, Spirit, I'm not going to deal with this person. I'm going to deal with this person. So I canceled the order. I was like, I'm done. I canceled this person. I'd just rather give them their $20 freaking. I don't want to deal with this. So I canceled, and they freaked out. Why'd you cancel? Oh my God, they contacted me. This is working marvelous. Why did you cancel? And that just blew me away. I'm just like, You are messaging me a million questions, and you already got the manifestation. I didn't understand the point of what all the, I don't get it. I feel like they didn't believe that I was doing the work, and they got the call. So they wanted me to prove that the reason they got the call was because I did the work. I don't know. I don't know what went through their mind. They apologized a million times. I said, hey, if you want to make it up, I sent them a link to a tip. I'm not doing no more. I told them, I'll be honest, I'm not doing any more work. I'm done. Don't get the contact spell again. It's like, I'm not doing it. But yeah, you're awesome. I saw your Patreon, yada, yada, yada. I might get your Patreon. I'm going to send you a tip. This is the same person. Message after message after message. Stop. I put them in the spam. They never send a tip. They never became a Patreon. They're still messaging me about I don't know. So the point is that yes, I do get people that are just become overwhelming. And that's why I love Patreon, because I could teach you in a way for you to manifest. And I have a Patreon here who's incredulous. She knows who she is. She allows a lot of fear. And my main point, so when I do healing for her on Venus, because she does the Venus energy, is to clear away fear. And I just saw an energy in my kitchen. Complete energy in my kitchen. I got chills from head to toe. Beautiful white energy in my kitchen. Love and light to you. Beautiful energies that are here in my home, blessing my sacred space. So when you do these intentions, use your heart. Use your love. You don't have to second guess it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And the reason why I left these pages blank is for you to do that. And you might, like, for instance, I took half of one page. And your tonight's energy is to set 7 desires. 7 desires is tonight's energy. Which I'm curious. Let me see something. Okay, no. I wanted to see if it amounted to 7, but it actually amounts to 6. Take your time. Set these intentions. Like I said, you don't need my printable. I just do these because I like to make them pretty. I like to add stars since we're working with star energy. I did a lot of bells in the Make-A-Wish Ascension frequency ritual. And the whole energy is about opening the door, so I added keys. But then the other ones are just regular paper, Make-A-Wish. You could do the printer so it just prints. Use one page for each wish. If not, get some regular paper. If you don't have a printer, I know some of you don't. Get regular paper and write out your intentions. What I would do after, because the whole point is the planets, is I would roll this up, maybe add a little bit of ribbon, and put it on your windowsill. So it takes that beautiful amplification energy of the alignment of the planets, the alignment of the stars. Because Spirit told me the planets are stars. And that's why we work with like Jupiter and Venus, and they're all different energies, frequencies, and some of them were gods and goddesses. So I hope this brought a lot of light to you. I wanted to share this. Patreons, this is the great thing about being a Patreon, and I know I'm sharing this on YouTube because everybody needs to do this. This is like, and if you notice in my intention, not only did I ask for something that I want, I also asked for blessing for my Patreon. So it's not about us being greedy, because I think it's funny because there's just so many scammers. Like if you guys are in my Instagram, you saw me post. It was I had just gone through my under the weather energy that I went through last week, and I was still under the weather. when one of my clients is messaging me through Messenger, and I have Messenger kind of blocked because it goes crazy at times because I have a Facebook page, and sometimes people just like message me, and so I have that blocked unless I open it up and check it. So she was freaking out, which I told you that before, because some kind of scammer stole all my stuff and is acting like me messaging her. Turns out that this person messaged all of my clients. And when one of my clients messaged me the day after that, she's like, Daisy, I reported them. I knew it wasn't you, but I just thought you would know. Of course, I messaged Instagram. They didn't do anything because even days after I blocked them and messaged Instagram about them, they were still messaging my people. I posted on the wall for that reason. Beware. I will not message. And normally, spiritual people like me, the high end ones, the ones that are, doing their stuff, we don't chase clients, because we really don't have to, because, with our spirituality, we become a magnet to bring in people that, need us like all the time. And you guys will tell me, I don't know what happened. I was just synchronized with your page. It's like it just popped up, And I was like, yeah, because that's how it works. So when, scammers will always try to mess you, So send and, blessings upon your desires. That is, and of course it's not, you don't want to do it as a greed way. Like, well, I'm going to say that I want my Patreons to do good because I want the universe to pay me. No. I want you guys to do good because then I know that my purpose is serving, is manifesting. And the way that, my spirit soars is when you message me and be like, Daisy, I manifested this. I had a client 2 days ago that was in a really dark place. She's still undergoing her work. Oh my God, there's orbs everywhere. I'm like freaking out. And she's like, oh my God, I can't know my work. It's really bad. So I added her because it was right before the unblocking. I said, look, because her ritual is not till a certain day, because I like to use certain rituals, certain days, certain energies, right? And I did, Spirit told me, you need to put her in the unblocking. So I put her in the unblocking and I told her, I said, hey, you're going to feel this and that, the other, the unblocking, yada, yada. I said, Spirit says you're going to have some dreams. Please let me know what you dream. Next day she tells me, oh my God, Daisy, you understand? I never dream. And I had this dream, and she explains her dream. And in the dream, I tell her, well, this means this and that means that. And from what I'm seeing, this is going to occur. And because she's undergoing a lot in her job, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, she messages me today. Do you remember? No, she says, this happened at work, and I did this, and oh my God. And I was like, exactly. That's exactly what is that? How was it that I said it to her? I was like, I said, that's exactly what Spirit said that would occur, And she's like, oh my God. Like, she was freaking out, And it like, that is beautiful to me. Because I love when Spirit's like, like my mom always says to me, you gotta be careful. You're gonna get in trouble one day. And like, because I'll say certain things. Like, that's why I don't mess with politics and governments and stuff like that. Because definitely don't want them on my radar. I know things because I know things, but I don't share them. So when you do your blessings and your declarations tonight, also send a blessing to someone else with your heart. Align with that energy. And I'm not saying all 7 intentions, because hey, I want an intention for me to have, because now I need a bigger house because I need more room for for my work. I've outgrown my apartment, and I want my fairy garden again. Every time I have to go get certain tools, I have to go to my dad's house. That's where my fairy garden used to be. So he's taking care of there. So I want to, you'll see some pictures of my fairy garden on my Etsy and stuff. That was my fairy garden. And I still visit it, every few months I'll go to my dad's house and it's still there. And I have certain oils that I have under the ground that I use for the rituals and stuff. It's, the stuff that I do is just, it's incredible what Spirit has taught me working with the fairies for so many years and all that. Set your intentions for you. what you desire and know that you deserve it. And I got an idea, and I will be sharing that idea on my Patreon. So Patreons will be the first to know. And once I have more okay with it or more support with it, because it all depends on you guys, I will launch it and then I'll share more details on YouTube. For now, get to it. You all have a blessed week with a lot of manifestations and a lot of real time desires being witnessed in your everyday life. I will talk to you soon.